Hello everyone, welcome to Spring Boot plus MCP Server demo. As part of this workshop, we are going to learn Spring Boot plus MCP Server. Okay, so let's start with our workshop. So as part of this workshop, we are going to cover a couple of topics. So first we are going to cover what is meant by AI. Then we are going to cover what is meant by agentic AI, what is mean by MCP Server. Once we know MCP Server, then we are going to learn MCP architecture, then IMCP architecture 2, and then we are going to install Cloud Desktop installation plus configuration. So how we are going to install Cloud Desktop in your machine and how we can configure for our application, we are going to learn. Then we are going to create Spring Boot project with the MCP server. Okay, so Spring Boot with the MCP integration, we are going to look into that. And once this application is created, then whatever question you have, you can ask me. Okay, yes. After this, let's try with the first slide. Okay, so first we need to understand what is mean by AI. In a market nowadays, if you see here, AI will be there everywhere. You can check AI. So what is mean by actually? Okay, what is mean by AI? AI nothing but artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence means a computer system ability to think, learn, and make a decision like a human using data and rules. Now in your mind, how they are going to think? They are going to think with the help of data. They are going to help of with the data. So for example, how we will make decisions, how we will think, same artificial intelligence, it is provide the speciality to our computer system. It will think like a human. It behave like a human. Okay. Yes, keep in your mind. In simple words, what you can say, AI is when machine act smart, like it will recognize face, answer your questions, or play chess. For example, it will play the chess like you without being told exactly what do for every step. You no need to tell what you want to do the next steps. He have some such a capability. He will act like a human. Okay. Yes, this is meant by AI. Now we will try to understand. Now we will try to understand what is meant by agentic AI. In the market, you have seen AI will be there, generative AI will be there. Now new terminology, agentic AI. You can call as automatic AI also. So first in a generative AI, what will be happen? Generative AI, if you provide some prompt, if you provide some question, as part of this question, it will provide some response. In that response, if you want to generate image, if you want to generate audio, if you want to generate text, if you want to generate or if you want to calculate something, it will generate the response. It is called a generative AI. But in agentic AI, it's one step ahead if you compare with the generative AI. It is one step ahead of agentic AI. So agentic AI means an AI system that does not just answer your questions like a generative AI. No, it will be one more step ahead of a generative AI. It is not just answer your question, it can plan, it will decide and take action on its own to achieve your goal. Okay, so it is a self-automatic, self-capable to perform that particular task. For example, if you want to go for a vacation, as part of vacation, you want to book the cheapest flight to Delhi. Okay, you want to book a flight to Delhi next month. A normal AI might suggest to give a list of flights. For example, if you ask to generative AI, hey, can you please list me some cheapest flight? I want to move from my location to Delhi in the next month. Can you give me some cheap flights name? Okay, so it will maybe suggest some name. It will give some list. But if you talk about agentic AI, what it will do, it will search multiple travel sites. It will search multiple travel sites, compare prices, which is lower, which is higher, pick the best one for you according to requirement, according to feedback, start the booking process for you when you want to go from location, destination location, which timing, okay? Start the booking process for you. In your Spring Boot plus MCP server context, MCP tools give the AI capabilities. So as part of this workshop, we are going to create MCP servers. In this server, we are going to create tools. So same how agentic AI will be work. So same tools we are going to create. It is a part of agentic AI only. So we are going to create a tools. Each tool is able to perform, create some task. For example, you have said, hey, this tool is for particular purpose. So it will fulfill your requirement. And agentic AI can decide when and how to use them. Okay. So we are going to tool as part of this. We are going to create a tool as part of this. Let's try to understand what is mean by MCP server. What we want to understand? We need to understand what is mean by MCP server. MCP server. MCP. What is mean by M? What is mean by C? What is mean by P? M nothing but a model. C nothing but a context. P nothing but a protocol. Model, context, protocol. What is this? It is a service, or you can say it is application that expose tools. It is expose data or capabilities to an MCP client. It will expose the tools, or you can say it will expose the data or capabilities to an MCP client like a cloud desktop, ID, some extension, or some other AI tools through MCP protocol. So as part of this workshop, we are going to create tools. So in that tools, we are going to write some functions. That function will perform some activity. And as part of MCP client, we are going to use cloud desktop. So our MCP server and MCP client is a cloud desktop. If you provide some prompt in a cloud desktop, it will talk to our MCP server and it will return the response back to us. So this full-fledged application we are going to design as part of this workshop. So stay connected with this video as part of this full-fledged application we are going to create. Let's try to understand what it will do as part of MCP server. It will act as a provider of a function or a resource. What it will do? It will act as a provider of a function or a resource. Implement the MCP protocol so the client can call it tools and get the results. So as part of MCP server, we are going to create the tools. So when you are going to send request from MCP client, or you are going to add some prompt to MCP client, then MCP client is going to talk to our MCP server and it will talk to our tools, what we are going to design, and it will get back a result. MCP server, if you want to connect to your local database or some your knowledge base or your some file system, happily you can connect and you can fetch data from that. If you want to connect remote API or services through MCP server, yes, you can integrate your remote API or services as well in MCP server. If you want to write a custom logic, custom business logic in your tool, yes, you can write your custom business logic. And when request will come from MCP client, your tool is going to execute that particular business logic and it will return a response back to the MCP client. Okay, yes, this is a MCP server. MCP server, nothing but model context protocol. What it will do? MCP servers, we are going to create a tools. When we will get request from MCP client, like a cloud desktop, ID, or some other AI tools, when we are going to send, it will perform the task, it will execute that particular business logic, and it will return result back to that particular client. Yes, let's try to understand first MCP architecture. MCP client, just keep in your mind, it is your laptop. What is MCP client? MCP client, it is your laptop. What is laptop? You have in your laptop, port will be there. Multiple ports will be there. For example, C type port will be there, USB port will be there, HDMI port will be there. So when you are going to connect HDMI, when you are going to connect C type, when you are going to connect USB, actually you are not going to modify your laptop, but you are enhancing the capability of your laptop. So same in the market, there are couple of MCP server provider will be there. Like a Slack provider will be there, GitHub MCP server will be there, Gmail MCP server will be there, Google Calendar MCP servers will be there. So such a kind of servers you are going to connect to your client. Which client? MCP client. So you are going to enhance your functionality of MCP client. So you can talk to multiple MCP server. Okay, you can talk to multiple MCP servers. Let's take a deep dive into architecture now. For example, this is a host with a MCP client. What is client? Cloud IDE or some other AI tools you have. For example, you have designed MCP server A or MCP server B or MCP server C. You are going to communicate MCP client to MCP server through MCP protocol. You are going to connect through MCP protocol. So for example, you are trying to connect to MCP server A. So MCP server internally work with local data store A. So it will execute your business logic, whatever logic you have written as part of MCP server, it is going to execute and it will send a response back to you. What it will send? It will send a response back to you. Same you can consider, you have again designed MCP server B. When it will get request from MCP protocol, so it will go to local data source B. So first MCP server, data store A, this data store is B. Tomorrow, you want to connect with a remote service. For example, you have integrated your remote service with the MCP servers. Yes, definitely it will give a response back to you. When you are going to send request from your host or from your client to MCP server C, MCP server C is connected to remote servers, remote service, remote database. You can integrate such a kind of things with your MCP servers and you can perform your operation. So it is a MCP architecture. In this architecture, client will be there. Client is going to communicate to server, and server, maybe you have written your business logic, maybe you have written some integrations, maybe you are going to integrate with your database. Okay, so it will process that request and it will send a response back to you. This is a MCP architecture. Let's try to understand which type of MCP server is available in market. Yes, definitely you can create your own MCP server. As part of this workshop, we are going to create our own MCP server. But some default or some provider is also there in the market. They have provided MCP server. You can check here. GitHub provided MCP server, single store, Slack, Index, Snowflake, Dropbox, Google Drive. Such a kind of MCP server is also there. Okay. And AI models and agents, you can say clients, OpenAI, Cloud Desktop. We are going to use Cloud Desktop. So you can take the help of OpenAI, Cloud, DeepSeek, Crew AI, LangGraph, Copilot Kit, or LangChain, or Llama Index. One of them you can use. Using this one, you are going to send request to MCP server through MCP protocol. It will reach to particular MCP server according to your requirement, which one you have configured, and you can perform your operation. If you want to perform GitHub related operation, then take the help of GitHub MCP server. If you want to perform Slack related operation, you need to integrate your Slack with your agents, your client. If you want to work with a Snowflake, if you want to work with a Dropbox, if you want to work with a Google Drive, you need to integrate these servers, these MCP servers, or you can say MCP tools with your MCP client or agents. So this is where you can take the help of inbuilt or default provided client. For example, we are going to take the help of a Cloud Desktop. You can take the help of OpenAI, DeepSeek, Creo. Depends on your requirement. You can create your own MCP server. You can create your own MCP server, or you can integrate with your existing MCP server, whatever provided by providers. So GitHub is a provider, Slack it is a provider, Snowflake is a provider, Google Drive, Dropbox also it provider. You need to create your account, you need to create your token, and you need to integrate with your agents. This is where we are going to work with. So in our use case, what we are going to perform? In our use case, what we are going to perform? We are going to create Spring Boot plus MCP server project. This is our MCP server. As part of this, we will create a project. We will add a dependency. We will configure application.properties. Once this configuration is ready, we will create a use case. We will create tools as part of this, and we will integrate with our Cloud Desktop. Okay, yes. So let us try with create your MCP server. So open your favorite ID. I have opened STS. So click to File, New, Spring Starter project. What we are going to create? You are going to create a Spring Starter project. Internet is mandatory. Only you are able to create the project. So name of the project is, let me add here. Name of the project is product MCP server. Okay. My project name is product MCP server, and group is, for example, com.alt demo project for Spring Boot MCP server. Package is same. I am going to take a com.alt. Yes. Type Maven project. Packaging is a jar. Language is a Java, and Java version is 17. Okay. These details we need to fill. Next, now you need to select the dependency. First dependency you are going to select web dependency. If you want to create any Spring Boot project, web dependency is mandatory. You need to select. So select a Spring Web. Yes, we have selected Spring Web. What we have selected? We have selected Spring Web. Then what you want to select? Then you need to select the MCP server. So this is AI section is there. In AI section, you need to expand and just search here. What is this? You can check model context protocol, server and client. What we are going to design? We are going to create a server. So select the server. We have selected server as part of this. Just two dependencies is sufficient if you want to work with the MCP server. Click to next and click to finish. Click to next and click to finish. So project creation is going on. We need to wait. Once our project is ready, then we are going to work with our projects. Then we are going to work with our projects. Okay, yes, project creation still going on. We need to wait. Once the project is ready, then we are going to work with our project. Yes, project creation is going on. Just it will take 1 minute, not more than that. If you are working with first time MCP server. Yes. Now my project is ready. Now my project is ready. And in this project is created as a Spring Boot project. So let me expand my pom.xml. Let me expand my pom.xml and let me check which dependency added as part of this. Yes, already we have selected web dependency and MCP server dependency. Two dependency we have selected. Okay, let me increase the size, preferences, general, editors, text editors, colors and fonts, text fonts, and you can increase the size. Let me create the size is this and font is Calibri. Yes. Okay. Apply and close. Okay. Yes. Now we have increased the font. So you can check your pom.xml. In a pom.xml, what is there? In a pom.xml, what is there? In this pom.xml, web dependency is there and MCP server dependency is there. These two dependencies there. We have configured these two dependencies. We have configured these two dependency. Let me configure our application.properties first. Okay. Then we will play with the pom.xml. So in application properties, you need to configure spring dot AI dot MCP server type. Which type of MCP server? Okay. MCP dot server dot type. Which type of server? It is a sync server. Okay. It will sync server. There will be sync and async servers are there. Okay. Yes. Sync server. Then try to configure web application type. It is a web application type. It is a reactive application or it is a web application? No, this is a not a reactive application, or this is not a web application. So I need to configure web application type is a none. Spring dot main dot web application type keep is a none. Okay, yes. Then you need to enable the tools. Which tools? MCP server tool. So spring dot AI dot MCP dot server dot capabilities. Which capabilities? Tools capabilities. Yes, tools capability is there for this application. What is server name you want to provide to this MCP server? Let me add spring dot AI dot MCP. What MCP? Server name. Server name is, for example, this is my demo server. You can provide whatever name you want to provide. I have provided the server name is demo. We no need to print banner. Banner is going to print on console, and it is a main issue will cause to our MCP server. Okay, so that's why nothing will be printed on our console. So spring dot main dot banner mode we are going to keep as off. Nothing will be printed on our screen. And whatever application port number you want to provide, let me add here server dot port. Default port is 8080, so I want to keep that port only. So these things you need to configure as part of MCP server. So now we are ready with the application properties. What we are ready? We are ready with the application properties. Once your application properties is done, then we need to work with your tools. You need to work with your tools. So as part of tools, what is tools? Tools is a functionality or a capability. What you want to do. What you want to do. So let me create tools. Tool is the Java code. So let me create a package, new package. Package is com.alt.tools. This is my package. In this package, I am going to create one class. I am going to create a one class. For example, this is my class is, let me add here my tools. My tools. Okay, just we are working with the demo how we are going to create a MCP server. So I have created my tools. Let me finish. Let me finish. This is not a normal Java class, boss. What is this? This is not a normal Java class. It is a Spring Manager class. So we need to annotate with some annotation, stereotype annotation. So here we are going to write some business logic. Let me add here add the rate service. What I need to add? I need to add the rate service. What is this? This is a Spring stereotype annotation. I have added. This is not a normal Java class. This is a Spring Manager class. Okay. Yes. So bean automatic object will be created when we will start our application. When we will start our application, objects will be created. Now let me create some tools. How we are going to create tools? Same function you need to create. So for example, public list of string get all. What is get all? Get all product name. Okay, get all product name. This tool, this function I am going to create. Let me import a list Java util. Yes. As part of this, we are going to return the list. List is equal to new array list. What? We are going to create list string. List is equal to new array list. Yes. Then add some products in that. Some products. List dot add, for example, mobiles. Let me add few products. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Mobile is there. Then refrigerators will be there. Television is there. Then some washing machine will be there. Then some, for example, some smart devices will be there. Okay. This product is there. we are going to return this list. Now in your mind, hey, this is normal Java code. Yes, boss. This is normal Java code. This is a normal Java code. You know, when you are going to call this get all products, it is going to return this list of data. You can consider you are going to integrate this method with your service layer. Service layer is going to talk with the repository layer. Repository is going to talk with your database. And something you are going to fetch as part of these. This is where you are going to create a tool. So I have hard coded this value, but you can integrate with your database. If you know how to work with the Spring Boot data JPA. So yes, service layer it is going to talk to repository layer. Repository layer is going to talk with your database, and database will return to repository, repository to service, and whatever output is there, you are going to return as part of this function. Yes, this is a functionality. But this is normal Java method. This is a normal Java functions. How we are going to make this is a MCP server tool. So that's why we are going to use tool annotation. What we are going to use? You are going to use a tool annotation. In this, you are going to mention name of the tool. What we are going to mention? You are going to mention name of the tool. Tool name is get products. What is tool name is get products. This is my tool name. Get products is a tool name. Let me add a description for this tool. Description. Fetch list of product. Tomorrow you are going to talk with the database. For example, list of employee, list of products, list of emails, whatever you want to integrate, you can integrate like this is the way. I have hard coded, but you can take the help of layered architecture. So as part of layer architecture, you are going to work with a service layer in business logic, and you are going to talk with a repository layer, and repository is going to talk with your database. Keep in your mind. Yes. Okay. This is your tools. You have created your tools. One tool you have created. If you want to create another tool, yes, you can create one more tool, no issue. Let me write here one function. Public string get a welcome message. Get a welcome message. This function I have created, this method I have created. As part of, I am going to return welcome to Spring Boot MCP Server workshop. Okay, workshop. Okay, yes. This message you are going to return. You want to make, this is a tool, this is normal, right? That normal function, normal method. You want to make a tool? Yes, simple. Copy, paste, but you need to provide different name. What is tool name? For example, welcome message is a tool name. What is welcome message is tool name, or greeting is a tool name. Let me add here description, welcome message. Yes. This tool you have created. This is where you are going to create multiple tools. What you are going to create? You are going to create multiple tools as part of this. Yes, you know how to create a tool. Same, you need to create normal functionality like earlier we will create in a Spring Boot as a method. We need to create, and we need to annotate this method with the help of a tool annotation. Here we need to provide the name and description. Name is mandatory. Okay, you can provide description, or you are not going to provide description, but a name is a mandatory you need to provide. Okay, yes. Now we are ready with my tools. We have integrated, we have annotated with the service. We have created two tools. One is a greeting tool, another one is get product tools. Let's try to register this tool with your application. Yes. So this is my MCP server main application. You know what is this? This is my main application. Our Spring Boot project will execute from this run method only. Okay, you are going to call this run, and our execution will start from this main method. In this main method, we are going to call Spring application.run method. We are going to provide arguments, and we are going to provide primary source. Primary source is my class. This is my primary source, and arguments we are going to call. Yes. Now I need to register my tools. How we are going to register tools with this MCP server? Yes, you are going to register tools like this. For example, public. Then you need to take a list. Why list? Maybe tomorrow you have multiple tools. Okay. List. You need to take the help of tool callback. Tool callback. And my method name is tool callback. Yes. Tool callback. Where I have written all the tools, I have written all the tools in my tools. Yes. In this class only I have written, right? In this class I have written, yes, my tool. So I have provided name, my tools. My tools. Let me take a variable. My tools. Yes, my tools. Now we are going to return list of what? List of toolbacks dot from these tools we are going to provide. These tools we are going to provide. Yes, done. Toolbacks. Keep in your mind, yes, is there. From this is the tools we are going to provide. Now you know we have created function, so we need to register, right? So we are going to create bean @bean. Now our application is ready. Our application ready. Which application ready? My MCP server application is ready. Yes, my MCP server application is ready. Now we need to execute from some agents, some client. As part of this, we are going to take the help of Cloud Desktop. So you need to install Cloud Desktop. So Cloud Desktop download. Yes, search on Google Cloud Desktop downloads. If you search this, as part of this, you will get this first result. Click here. Click. If you click, then you will get download options. Okay, what you will get? You will get download option. According to your operating system, if you are working with Windows, click to Windows. Windows ARM64, or you are working with Mac OS. According to requirement, according to your OS, click here, download will be start. Okay, download will be start. Let me pause. Already I have installed in my system, so I no need to download. So download will be start. Just you need to press next, download it and install in your machine. So it is installed in your machine. Okay, it is installed in your machine. So just double click. If you double click, let me refresh. Okay, let me refresh. It will be up. Okay, here some graphical user interface will become. Yes, it is loading. It will take time first time. So you need to wait. So you need to do some registration as part of this. When you are going to install, it will ask some your name, some Gmail. Okay, so such kind of functionality you need to provide. Once the registration is complete, then you will get your names and you will get such hi Altaf, how are you? Okay, so some message you will get. Now you need to integrate your MCP server to this cloud. So hope you are able to understand. This is what? This is a cloud. What we have designed? We have designed the MCP server. Now we need to integrate this MCP server to this cloud. Directly they are not able to talk to each other, right? So you need to do some configuration you need to do. Yes, boss, I need to do some configuration as part of this. I need to do some configuration as part of this. Yes. Where you need to do some configuration? You need to do configuration in a MCP server. No. You need to do configuration in your cloud desktop. How we can provide configuration? Yes. Wait for that one. Okay. So yes, wait for that one. Let me open my notepad file. Okay. Let me open notepad plus plus. I have created some configuration in that. What I have created configuration? Same file I will provide to you. You need to also make a changes according to your requirement. Global shortcut, This is some JSON files. Yes. In JSON file, your MCP servers. This is a standard tags. In this MCP server, you need to add your servers. Which server? My demo server. Name, whatever name you want to provide, you can provide. Name, Spring AI product server. Command. What is command? We have created a Java application. You know, package we have created a jar. So how we are going to create a jar? For that one, command is there. Java hyphen jar, and you are going to provide your jar name, right? Yes, this is where you are going to execute your jar. So first you need to provide in which location your Java is installed. My Java is available, G drive, program file Java 17 is available into this location. So same, in command section, you need to provide your Java path, full Java path. Okay? You need to provide your Java path where your Java is installed. Then arguments. So you can imagine what is command? Java hyphen jar and name of the file. This is where you are going to execute jar, right? Same you need to provide to our MCP server. Same MCP server you need to provide to our cloud. So we have provided Java where Java is installed. Arguments hyphen jar we are going to provide. Name, which file? Our MCP server jar file you need to provide. What a file? We need to provide MCP jar file. So first, let's try to create our MCP jar file. Right click on our project, properties, go to locations. Once this location is ready, then try to create jar file. How we are going to create jar file? Open the command prompt from this location. Maven should be installed in your machine. Type cmd. Okay. Type cmd. Yes. Enter. Command prompt will be open on this particular location. Yes. Just you need to execute maven mun goal clean install package. Yes. This goal you need to provide. So it will clean the project, it will install the required dependency, and it will package. It will create a jar file. We have provided package as a jar. It will execute this command. It will create the jar file for us. Yes. Yes. Scanning for project is going on. Yes. What is this? Fail to clean project. Okay. Fail to clean a projects. Deleting. Yes. Okay. So let me manually delete this location. Product MCP. Let me delete target. Let me delete target manually. Delete. Okay. One more time, I am going to execute same command. Okay. Yes. Again, one more time, project build is going on. Compiling it resource. Compiling the resource. Yes. It will take time to generate the jar file. Okay. It will generate the jar file for us. Yes. It is going to execute. If you face any errors for a test, you need to use -d skip test. Okay. Yes. If you face any issue, so you need to skip the test. Okay. Yes. Now jar will be, it will be create, building the jar. Yes. Build is finished. Nothing but our jar file is created. In which location created? This location is created. Yes. Close. In this target, This jar file is created. What is jar file name? Product-mcp-server 00 snapshot. Let me rename. This is too much long file name. Let me rename. What I will do, I will add jar file name is just, let me add here product. Product.jar is there. Let me take a path, Control C, come back to our configuration. Yes, this one, right? This is one. Let's remove earlier one and provide our path. Yes, I have provided the path. Don't use backward, use forward slash. Okay, yes, modify. Okay, everything you need to modify. Okay, yes. Target, then you need to provide a jar file name. What is jar file name? Product.jar. What? Product.jar. Confirm one more time. Okay, confirm one more times. Product.jar. Yes, we have provided product.jar. Protocol version latest working directory. Let me add same working directory. Okay, let me add same working directory. This is my working directory. Yes, this is my working directory. Yes, this is my working directory. Earlier, this is one. This is my working directory. Yes. No environment. Yes. I have created the configuration file. This is a configuration file. This will helpful to connect your agent, or you can say your client, to MCP server. Yes. How you are going to configure? Click to this menu, then file, then settings. Okay. Where you want to click? Menu, then file, then settings. Yes. File, settings. If you click to setting, come back here, developer, click to developer, edit configs. Earlier it's not there, so you need to create. Okay, so edit config. Let me open this file in a notepad only, edit with notepad plus plus. Yes, this is a file. This is a file. We have created some file, right? This is a file. Let me check where we have created that particular files. Okay. Couple of files are open. Let me close. Let me close. Okay. File a recent. So anything. Otherwise, we will do same changes in that. Okay, no issue for me. So let me close. Okay, yes, this is one. Okay, yes, this is one. Product MCP server product.jar. Control Alt, Control C. We need to add into which location? Edit config. Open this file. Which file you need to open? You need to open cloud desktop config file. Cloud desktop config files. Yes, it is available into app data roaming cloud. Okay, open with notepad plus plus. Notepad plus plus. So Control R, I'm going to replace. Okay, yes. So I have added, you can check. Java will be same, but I have added product jar and training. Yes, I have added my word. Let me save this one. Okay, let me save product jar and product.mcp server. But this is a twice, right? Let me remove, yes, this one. Let me remove this one. So verify once. Okay, verify. See users. Then OneDrive desktop. This is my jar file. This is my working direct location. Control yes. Once Control yes, close these files. Yes, this file is you have closed. Then what you want to do? Close this cloud. Close. Then press Control Shift Escape. If you are using Windows, press Control Shift Escape, and you need to open your task manager. Okay, open task manager. Kill the cloud. Already we have opened, right? Kill the cloud. So cloud is there. Let me kill. end task. You need to kill the cloud. Okay. No cloud is running at all. No cloud is running. Verify. Yes. Okay. Open one more time. Open one more time your cloud. Yes. Open one more time your cloud. Okay. Here your tools will be appear. Okay. Just you need to wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Scanning it will be happen. Or if you want to check your status, MCP server status, unexpected 9 white space character after JSON at position line number 4. Some errors will be there. Okay. Some errors will be there in our MCP server. If you want to check file settings, then again you can go for developer. And in this, editor configs and logs folder will be there. Logs, and you can go for your logs. MCP server demo. This is a logs. Okay. This is our server. Edit with Notepad++. What is error? I have a solution for that one. Okay. Yes. We have a solution. So syntax error, JSON parse. Okay. Something it is going to print on our, something it is going to print in our, where in our console. So we need to disable our logs, entirely logs we need to disable. So how we are going to disable? You need to comment out logging dependency from our web. You need to exclude. So a couple of people will face issue here only. So you need to exclude here. So web dependency is there. Use exclusion. Use exclusions. What you are going to exclude? Exclusion. Yes. In this, you are going to exclude group ID. What is a group ID? That particular jar group ID. And another thing you need to provide artifact ID. What you want to provide? You need to provide the artifact ID. So group ID is org.springframework.boot. Just let copy paste. What is artifact ID? Artifact ID is Spring Boot starter logging. Okay, yes. These things you need to exclusion from web dependencies. From web dependencies. Yes. Control yes. One more time, you need to create what? You need to create the jar file. Yes. Open CMD. Open CMD. Then one more time, mvn clean install package. Let me remove manually target folder was. Remove target folder. Delete. Yes. Execute this package. Yes. We are going to execute one more time. We are going to execute one more time. So every time if you get an error, what you want to do, you know, kill the cloud. Every time open task manager, kill the cloud. So directly it will not accept your changes. So you need to kill the cloud and again you need to open. So let me close. Select end task. Okay, select end task. Yes, you need to end task. Let me delete end task one more times. Control Shift Escape Task Manager. Check Claude is there. Yes, there. Try to end task. Okay, you need to end task. One time also it will done, but not working now. We need to end task. Okay, yes. Entire Claude is removed. Okay. That process we have killed. Now, one more time focus. Jar file name will be different. Okay. You can provide final name in your pom.xml. No issue if you don't want to modify. Rename just product. Product. Yes. And start your MCP server one more time. Yes, we will face couple of issue. So how we are going to resolve? We are going to look. Okay. Yes. Couple of people is facing issue with the MCP server. You need to disable all the locks. Okay. You need to disable all the locks. If some is printing on console, then your MCP server will not work. Okay, yes, you need to wait. Yes, in this section, some logs will be generated, or you are going to check file, settings, developer, demo is running. Now our MCP server is running. MCP server, what is status? MCP server is running. Yes. Now disconnected for troubleshooting guidance. Please visit our documentation. Okay, yes. Let me check. Still it is disconnecting. Okay, one by one we will sort this one. Okay, yes. Chat. Let me go to home. Okay, product tool catalog. Okay, product tool inquiry. Okay, earlier I have used. So file. Let me open one more time. Cloud desktops. MCP server demo could not attach. Okay, yes, we are facing some issue in this new conversation. Yes. So still you are facing error. Okay. Then what you want to do? Try to run this jar file from your command prompt. Okay. Java -jar and product.jar. Yes. Now we are trying to execute this jar. Yes. This is the main issue. When you are trying to execute your jar file from your command prompt, it is printing few logs in your console. If anything is printing in your console, if you are working with the MCP server, then it will consider it is JSON. It is not able to parse that JSON. Is it actual JSON? No, no JSON. It is a text. So that's why you need to disable all these logs. Already we have exclude logging from our pom.xml. Already we have exclude starter logging from our web, but it is crying for SL4J, no SL4J provider. So that's why we need to add SL4J dependency in your pom.xml. What you need to add? You need to add dependency org SL4J, SL4J-NOP and version. Okay. If you want to add some latest version, yes, you can add that latest version. If you add this version, and let me close this console. Okay, let me delete one more time. This is a target folder. And now we will try to create one more time this jar file. Now you can check if you create a new jar file, then issue will not there. So if you will face any issue, try to execute jar file manually. How we will execute? You are going to execute that jar file with the help of java-jar and jar file name. So navigate to that particular project. In that particular project, in a Spring, a target folder is there. In that target folder, our package will be created. So in target folder, open your CMD and execute this command, java-jar, your jar file name. Yes. And if you execute that command, if something was printed on console, means that issue is there. Okay. So this is the root cause for our MCP server will not work, and you need to resolve that one. What you want to do resolve? You need to stop that logs. You need to exclude that logging. You need to provide the SL4J, so it will not cry next time. Okay. Once your file is ready, yes, we will wait. Once our file is ready, then one more time, we will try to launch our Claude, and in that, we will get our tools is register or not. If our tools is there, we will try to send some request. We will try to send some request, and as part of this request, MCP server means our MCP server, what we have created, it is going to respond back to us. It is going to respond back to us. Now in this just two tools we have configured. One we have configured is a greeting, another one is a get product. Just hard-coded data is there. Once these two tools we are able to launch, we are able to use, then what we will do, when real-time activity we will perform. REST client we will inject and we will perform some real-time activity. Let me rename first. Let me rename my jar file. Let me rename. What is name we have provided in configuration? Same name you need to provide product. Okay, yes, name is provided product. So now try to launch Claude one more time. So keep in your mind, whenever you will get error and you have done any changes in your code, please try to kill your Claude and relaunch your Claude. Then only your reflected changes will appear here. Okay, so click this icon. Still my tools is not there. Yes, we need to wait. Okay, we need to wait for a couple of times. For example, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, you need to wait. If some error, yes, error will appear into this area. If not error, you are able to see some tools here. Okay, yes, you will check some tools, search and tools. Okay, wait. Now we can check tools is register. Which tools? Demo server. Our server name is 2. Demo server is our server name. So demo is register. In this demo, 2 is there, right? Just 2 tools. Which 2 tools? Get products, greeting. Now we can see we are able to resolve our application. Get products, greeting. This 2 tools is registered with the Claude desktop. Yes. Now we are able to work with the MCP server. Let's try to execute. Hi, can you please share greeting? Okay. So you need to provide a tool name. What is tool name? Greeting. Yes. Press enter. If you press the enter, it will check any greeting tool is there in a demo. Yes. Any greeting tool is there. It is trying to find. Now, what is the message? Welcome to Spring Boot MCP Server Workshop. Same message we have configured in our Java code. If you check, same message we have configured. Let's try to work with get product tools. Yes. Next prompt we are going to provide get products. What we are going to provide? We are going to provide get products from my application. From my app, get a product. Okay, yes. What a tool name? Just check products. Okay, yes. Get products. It will check any tool is there product. Yes, there. So we have configured mobile, we have configured refrigerator, we have configured television, we have configured washing machine and smart devices. So now we can check real time. We have designed MCP server. Our MC is talking with our Spring Boot application and it is sending response back to us. Yes, this is a hard-coded data. Okay, now we are able to create a MCP server. Yes, but what we will do, we will configure some real-time things. What we will do, we will configure some real-time task in our this application, and then we will stop our session. Okay, then we will stop our session. So what we want to do, you need to create one more tool. This tool will call some third-party API. As part of this, we will get some response. Response will be generated into our Claude desktop. Yes, yes, we will do. So first try to kill this Claude. Okay. Yes, we are going to register one more tool. So we are going to design. So we are going to make some coding changes. So try to kill the. So till here, we have created 2 tools, greeting tools and get product tools. Now what we will do, we will try to integrate with a real-time application. So our MCP server is going to communicate some third-party API. Okay, yes. So real-time things we will try to add. So as part of this, I am going to take the help of a REST client. I need to call some third-party API. Earlier REST template is there, but REST template is deprecated. REST client is there. So Using this one, we will try to call some API. If you want to call, let me add in my constructor, my tools. In my tools, I will say this dot REST client is equals to REST client dot builder. REST client dot builder. I need to provide what? Base URL. On which server you are going to fetch, and to provide some random dummy API. Okay, https:// I will provide dummy json.com. Yes, dummy json.com, and I am going to create dot build. Yes, so I have created the REST client. What I have created? I have created the list client. Let me write some tools here now. Let me write some tools. Public, it is going to return string only. String get product from server. Okay, so we are calling some third-party API as part of this. Yes. What is tool? Let me add a tool name. Tool name. My tool name is a product. Okay, my tool name is a product. Welcome message, greeting, product, and get products. Now my tool name is a product from server. Okay, product from server. Get product from server. Okay, my tool name is product from server. Let me add here some logic. How we are going to add? Let me write some try and catch block. If exception is occurred, catch. Yes, I have added catch. Yes. Let's try to call REST client dot get method, right? Get dot URI want to pass. What URI? Let me add some path products/1. Okay. What it will do? Retrieve method, retrieve dot body, convert this into string dot class. Yes, string dot class. Convert to string dot class. What it is going to return? It is going to return the string. It is going to return the string. For example, it is going to return response. We are going to return response. Response. What we are going to return? We are going to return the response. Return. Yes, we are going to return the response. Let me Control X. Let me add here itself. Okay, yes. Let me create response. Okay. Yes, I have created the response. I am going to return the response. Let me format. Control Shift F. Yes, formatted the code. REST client call get URI products retrieve. We will try to fetch this API and this path from our browser. Okay. Control C. It is a dummy API. Open new tab. Provide /products. It will return couple of products. Okay. Pretty print. But which product we are facing? One number. So let me add here /1. Yes. One number product we are trying to fetch. Yes, this is a API working. We have integrated into our MCP server. Okay. MCP server. So product from server. Okay. These tools we have configured. Let me save. Okay. I have saved these tools. Now what we want to do? Build one more time these projects. Delete target. Delete target. Yes. Delete. Okay. And create one more jar file. How we are going to create? Open CMD, execute maven goal, mvn clean install package, mvn clean install package. Yes, if you execute this command, new jar file will be created. That jar file, if create, then rename that jar file with the product name, because in MCP server we have configured our jar file name is product. And then try to launch our Claude one more time. If you launch a Claude, then yes, earlier two tools are there. Now we have configured one more tool. So all three tools are there in our MCP servers, and happily you can execute all the tools from our servers. Yes, this is full-fledged POC with the MCP servers. In this, what we have learned? We have learned a couple of things. We have learned what is AI, what is agentic AI. Then we have seen MCP servers. What is MCP server? What is meant by MCP server architecture? Two architecture we have seen in that. And then we have created a Spring Boot application with integration of MCP servers. Then we have configured or we have installed the desktop, cloud desktop. Then we have configured the call desktop. Then in the project, we have created the tools. We have listed those tools. And then we have tried to run these tools. Also, few errors will occur. Yes, it is useful, those errors, because couple of people will face that errors and they are not able to resolve. So in front of you, I have resolved those errors. So you need to take care. What things you are going to take care? You need to take care your POM. In your POM, which dependency you are going to use, which version you are going to use. So Spring AI version, we are going to use 1.0.0. We are excluding logging. We are adding SL4J. We are using dependency. Which one? Spring -AI -start MCP server, not a WebMVC. Yes, these things you need to take care. Application properties you need to take care. Okay. And you need to register the tools. Yes. My jar is created. Let me rename that jar, and after that I will open the cloud. Okay. Right click, rename, product. Yes, product. Launch one more time. Launch one more time. Okay. And keep in your mind, how many times you are going to make changes, that many time you need to terminate the cloud and you need to relaunch. Only then it will check the latest changes. Yes. So let me check. It will check my latest changes or not. Not listed. You know, we need to wait for few seconds. It will list. Okay. Yes, it will list. It will show how many tools you have able to register. Okay. Still not there. Yes, we will wait. We will wait. Okay, we will wait. This is my POM. Okay, yes. Now we can check. Still have not listed. Okay, yes. Now we can check. My MCP server is registered with Cloud. How many tools? 3 tools. Expand. Which one? Get products, get a product from server, and greeting. Let's try to fetch these tools. What is tools? Product from server. Okay, yes. Product from server. Okay, get data. I have added prompt. Execute. Send the request from our cloud desktop to our MCP server. Request is going. I will help to get the data from the server using the available function. Let me call the product server function for you. It is calling. Great. I successfully retrieved data. And all the product details, name, ID, category, price, everything. What is the product feature? What is the shipping warranty? Okay. How we are able to fetch from this one? He is able to fetch all the data. This is a real-time POC, how we can integrate our application with MCP server to cloud desktop. So we have created a full-fledged application. In this application, we have integrated MCP servers, and MCP server is talking to cloud desktop. Yes. Hope you like this content. If you like this content, please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon. In future, I am going to upload a couple of Spring AI related videos. So you will get all the updates. And one last thing, if you require this entire code, okay, if you require entire code, if you have any doubts, scan this QR code and join with me. I will try to connect with you. I will try to solve all your doubts. Thanks one more time. Thank you. Bye-bye.